diminished seventh chords. These chords you might have heard of before, or maybe even were somewhat afraid of because they seemed so complicated. But as I'll show you today, I think they might be a little easier than you thought. So it has 4 notes, and each of those notes is separated by 2 piano keys from the other note. It turns out there are only 3 different diminished seventh chords, so it's pretty easy to be able to remember all of the diminished seventh chords. Hi, this is Brett with Piano Aha. Today we want to talk about diminished seventh chords. These chords you might have heard of before, or maybe even were somewhat afraid of because they seemed so complicated. But as I'll show you today, I think they might be a little easier than you thought, and they are certainly very good to know. And here are a couple reasons why that would be. For one, they're made of 4 different notes. Anytime you're playing something with 4 different notes, there's a little bit more of a load on your memory than if there are only 3 different notes, of course. And it's good to have already known these in and of themselves so that you can just recognize them again, as opposed to having to remember 4 different notes to play. Just say, the diminished seventh chord. Another point would be the fact that they're dissonant chords. Could be that when you're playing, especially when you're playing something at sight, that you play one of these chords and you think, oh, that sounds dissonant. Can that be right? Did I make a mistake? But if you already recognize it as, oh yeah, that's a diminished seventh chord, then the problem's already solved. You know, no, I played the right thing. And another reason would be the fact that it turns out there are only 3 different diminished seventh chords. So it's pretty easy to be able to remember all of the diminished seventh chords, since there are only 3, as we'll see in this video. And another added bonus is that if you've learned these pieces, then you will see them in the music of Bach, or Brahms, or the Beatles, or, in our case, Beethoven, because today we'll be looking at Moonlight Sonata and seeing some examples of diminished seventh chords in it. Let me show you what I mean. So let's start with some examples from where diminished seventh chords come in Beethoven's Moonlight Sonata. Here we go. For example, in measure 19, that is a diminished seventh chord. We've got another one in measure 21, for example. And we've got another one in measure 27, at the very end of it. And then, starting in measure 32, we have a whole bunch of them. Here's from measure 35. Right, these are all diminished seventh chords. So what is a diminished seventh chord? So a seventh chord, as you may recall, is just like you build a triad out of 3 notes. If you build one more, we call it a seventh chord. Why do we call it a seventh? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So, right, this is called a seventh chord. And if you add the requisite accidentals, you end up with this. And this is indeed a diminished seventh chord. So it has 4 notes, and each of those notes is separated by 2 piano keys from the other notes. In other words, you could say the distance between each of the notes you're playing is a minor third. And the interesting thing about these diminished seventh chords is that there are actually only 3 of them. Now, you might assume that there are 12 of them, right? There are 12 major chords, 12 minor chords, 12 augmented chords. Why wouldn't there be 12 diminished seventh chords? Well, in a manner of speaking, there are 12, right? You could build one from here, from C sharp, you could keep going, right? And if you count all of these different ones up that I'm building from each note, well, of course, you come up with the number 12. But there's an interesting thing that happens if you look at the different ones that I just did. So here's the one from C. Now if I make one from, let's say, D sharp in the right hand here, and I compare these two, then I notice that they actually have the same notes, right? Both of them have a C, both of them have a D sharp, both of them have an F sharp, and both of them have an A. So it turns out that this one is just a duplicate of this one. And if you go through them all, it turns out that of these 12, only 3 of them are actually different from each other. So whereas they might be written in different ways, one of them might have a C sharp and the other one might have a D flat, the actual piano keys that we're using are the same. And that's handy for us because that means we only have to remember 3 of them. And you can remember them this way. From C, we have a diminished 7th chord that has a white on the outside and black in the middle. From a little bit above C, so from the C sharp here, we have black on the outside, white in the middle. And from a little bit below C, so from the B, we just have a normal white key triad with one black key, the middle black key of the group of 3 here. And those are all of the diminished 7th chords that we have at all in any piece of music. And indeed, all 3 of these happen in Moonlight Sonata. For example, let's take our example from measure 19 there. If I take this G sharp that I have in the left hand and I play it up here, and I leave off of this repeated note here, you see that's just the one that we had from B before. If we look at, let's say, the last beat of measure 27, again, if I take the note in the left hand, put it up here, leave off the repetitions, then I have exactly that C sharp that we talked about before, the C sharp diminished 7th chord. And if we go to measure 35, again, we have exactly the C diminished 7th chord that we talked about before. So as you see, all of the 3 diminished 7th chords that even exist all happen in this piece. So you see that knowing your diminished 7th chords will definitely be a big help for learning this piece since they happen so often. And indeed, any piece where a bunch of diminished 7th chords happen, and they do pop up quite often. For example, in this here. You recognize that? If you do, let us know in the comments. In any case, thank you for watching this video, and happy ahas.